This week on Always On, it's the best of Season 5. Nice! Oh, yes!
Okay, Glass.
Hi, I'm Molly Wood, and welcome to Always On, the show where we take tech into the real world. And this week, it's the very best moments from Season 5. It has been an awesome season with some really great episodes, and we're starting off the show with a behind-the-scenes look at a live streaming concert featuring some top performers.
1, 2, 3, 4. Laid back in an old saloon with a peso in my hand, watching flies and children on the street.
What we set about to do in building this place was to build the ultimate playpen for musicians.
This is how Bob Weir envisions the future of music. The Grateful Dead frontman has created a state-of-the-art music and streaming studio to broadcast unbelievably high-quality sounding music over the internet to fans around the world. Welcome to TRI. Do you want to just change the way that people consume music or experience it? Is it for the musicians or for the audience or both?
It's for everybody. Music is for everybody. So for the musicians, we come here, we have a great time. For the audience, we try to make it really easy.
Grateful Dead set the standard back in the 60s of first guys paying attention to the PA and building it. We stream now at the highest the consumer can receive, on the internet on a regular basis, both audio and video-wise, and we're only limited now by what the consumer can receive.
So if you're watching at home, this is something comparable to getting to see Bob Weir, the Grateful Dead, or some other band, like in a coffee shop, you know, the permanent dream?
It's the closest you can ever get to actually being in the band. It is a studio, but it's a live performance studio, so it's not sterile like a normal recording studio is. It is built for live performance. The sound is amazing. It's a very relaxed, laid-back atmosphere, and it's in the true tradition of Grateful Dead.
What?
The studio is, in every sense, mind-blowing.
This is the one we've been using a lot.
At the center of it is the Constellation,
I could use a little more 90 hertz.
a cutting-edge sound system developed by audio engineer John Meyer to enhance the sound that musicians hear on stage.
1, 2. Well, they call me the breeze.
All around the sides and back, there are some 80 speakers hanging in that soffit, and then hanging down from the ceiling, you also can't see them unless you look real close. There are a bunch of microphones. There are a couple dozen of those. And they take it up in through software and then put it back out through those speakers.
How about this?
To begin with, I can show you that this is how this room sounds all by itself.
You just turned everything off.
You clap. It's room number 1. Clap again. Now we're in a theater. Again, a smaller theater.
Yep.
Now we're in a cathedral.
Oh, wow.
Again, this is another cathedral, but on and on it goes. We've got anything from living rooms to ballparks and everything in between. We haven't got the Grand Canyon yet.
So a band can come in here and you guys can play, or they can play, and they can stream it and make it sound as though they're anywhere in the world?
Yeah, and what we're trying to do, right now this is all on an iPad here, but we're trying to get it on a foot switch.
The heart and soul of TRI is this audio control room known as the Inner Sanctum. Here, a mix comes in from the studio and then is pushed out to the world. And this is where the show all comes together. The live performance is then switched and streamed out to fans.
We have a switcher, we have all sorts of different monitors to see, and behind this we can watch all the different shots, and it's basically like a TV studio, but it's for the web.
The one hiccup in the system is that on the other end, a listener has to have a fat bandwidth pipe and the computer hardware capable of decoding such a high-quality signal. Otherwise, the music just sounds like regular old streaming audio. Can you geek out for a minute on how you're doing that and what the limitations are for listening at home? It's just bandwidth, right, at home?
Well, it's bandwidth at home to enjoy it, but it started with Bob. He had, in Grateful Dead fashion, he had an unlimited budget. He far exceeded the unlimited budget by getting every possible new toy that can push the fattest data rate out of here.
After midnight, all gonna be peaches and cream.
We built this place with internet broadcast in mind. What we're trying to do is make it so people will be able to gather at a friend's house and everybody will be able to watch basically a concert there without having to drive a long way.
After midnight.
Now, if you want to be part of that virtual venue, you can find it all over at tristudios.com. It's time for us to take a quick break. When we come back, it's the very best of our torture tests from this season. We're stomping wine grapes, mingling with the wildlife, and doing some pretty hardcore gaming. Come on. Welcome back, everybody. Now, you know that our show is famous for our torture tests, where we take the top gadgets and put them through the durability paces. Let's check out some of the best moments from season 5. Time for our first ever TV torture test, and I brought in my good friend Eric Franklin to help me try to break it. I hope you've been practicing your rage quit.
It's go time.
Just come on! Dude, you broke it. Already!
I didn't even throw that hard. I really didn't throw that hard.
Yeah, that
Right there?
Yeah. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Ooh, look at the bezels come up over there.
Oh, man.
The bezel and the screen are shattered, destroyed. It's a delicate flower.
It totally is.
And we killed it. Time for our torture test of the Galaxy S4 Active. That's cool. Okay, so here's what happened. I got in the pool, I swam across the pool, and now the phone won't come on.
Good girl.
Here you go.
Val, come in. Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Good.
That's fantastic. And it's still totally fine. Oh, yes. I think I heard some cracking. Our 2-year-old giraffe is standing right on top of the S4 Active. All right, Brandon did all the damage that you might have expected a 1,300-pound giraffe to do. Yeah. Time for our torture test of the Nokia Lumia 1020. Ah, that is so squishy. Guys, I'm making Windows Phone wine. 1020 vintage. It's kind of slippery. Phone's getting a little slippery. You can see splashing. Okay. A lot of water came out that time. No physical damage. A little bit of a dent right here. It was a valiant effort, but even the pretty tough Nokia Lumia 1020 cannot survive being made into wine. Ready? Oh, get it! Oh, you did it!
Did I really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
All right, now we know that the Samsung Galaxy S4 Mini can take just about everything except for the Benton kick, which no one can take, ever. Now, the hype around Google Glass has been huge, but I have a feeling that the reality is very different. Check out the show's first ever mini Molly rant for my 2 cents. Now, when Google first announced its Glass project, there were a lot of naysayers, and mostly what they said was, you'll look stupid wearing them. Okay, I was one of the few who was in favor of Google Glass. I thought it would be awesome to have a permanent heads-up display with mapping and Twitter and information and this kind of virtual world happening all around you. I am sorry to say that I was wrong. It turns out that Google Glass represents a new frontier in human rudeness, inattention, and danger. First, there's the human interaction factor. I mean, I'm walking down the street, but I'm living in a virtual parallel world where I've got my Twitter and my Facebook and my maps, and I don't even care because I'm a glass hole. And I personally refuse to ever have a one-on-one conversation with someone wearing Google Glass. I mean, it's bad enough that everybody gets out their phone and starts typing while you're speaking to them. Imagine when their eyes start wandering slowly skyward.
Someone buys a pineapple and we're like, let's buy some pina coladas. We carve out this giant pineapple, it's awesome. And then somebody puts on Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, and everyone just starts, okay, I've had enough.
Oh, oops. Then there's the mobility factor. People in San Francisco are actually riding their bikes around wearing these things. In fact, I once saw a guy crash into a curb, dive into a group of pedestrians, and then look around in a panic for his glasses, his Google glasses. Does anything about this seem like a good idea? Finally, there's the stuff that just should be against the law. West Virginia is considering legislation that would ban Google Glass while driving. The UK is thinking about enacting the same laws, and I gotta say, everybody everywhere should be working on this law. There is nothing about driving while you're distracted by Twitter feeds and maps and all kinds of other crap that is a good idea. It's like a disaster waiting to happen. Now, I'm not trying to be anti-technology here. I love the idea of Google Glass. I don't think they look stupid. I think I look kind of cute. It's just that when they come about, I think we also need self-driving cars and a whole lot of self-restraint. So I'm thinking the world is not yet ready for Google Glass.
Okay, Glass.
And that's it for this week, everybody. Coming up next week is my favorite and your favorite episode, The Blooper Show. But we will have some bonus behind-the-scenes content, too, so you can see all the fun and love that goes into making Always On. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next week.
Go ahead and clap.
Okay, and then we'll start with the VO. What? Oh, you know I don't need to clap. That's Pavlovian, like that's just mean. It's muscle instinct, like again. Oh, clap, okay.